Hey guys, it is the end of a very long day, so I'm going to quickly re-record this video and try to get it together so that I can actually get it up sometime in the month of December and not next year. All right, here we go. So this is a little bit of an odd place to film, but here we go. This is my bedroom, or part of my bedroom, and you can sort of see behind me is where I keep my perfume tray and my cell phone. My perfume tray, and that's November, so all of that is out. And then over here are the ones that I've already picked out for December. So I'm going to go through what I picked out, why I picked it, why I love it in the cold months, going into the remainder of the holidays, and let's get into it before it gets to be midnight. Okay, so first of all, I do not pick out fragrances based on the notes once I own the fragrance. So I will, of course, look at the notes, and sometimes just based on the notes alone, I'll think this is going to be a winner. And sometimes not. And sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised. But once I sort of know what it smells like and what I like about it or what I think it would be good for, I don't have a whole lot of need to keep going back to the notes. So I'm not going to get into notes too much today. I'm going to talk about why I picked the perfume for December, what I like about it, sort of the occasions that it makes sense for me, and not focus so much on specific notes, but more just like what it smells like and how I experience it personally. These are not going to be fragrance reviews at all. All the ones that I picked out, I intend to wear for different reasons on different occasions. Now, it is December, which means some holiday stuff is coming up. Obviously, Christmas, going into New Year. I may end up picking something out of the cabinet that's not on the tray for a special occasion, but for the most part, this is what I'm sticking with. Fragrance number one is an older fragrance. It's called Mont Blanc. I don't know if it even has anything more specific than just Mont Blanc. There's a new one that came out, and it's in a clear bottle with gold, and it's kind of a yellowy perfume color. I have that one. I love that one. I picked it up as soon as I saw it. I knew I had to have it because I love this one so much. This has a sweet, marshmallowy, musky, powdery deliciousness. Now, I've seen several reviews on this, and a lot of people love it, and a lot of people are like, what's the deal? What's the hype? I don't like it at all. I am in the I love it camp. I tend to wear this mostly in the colder months. You could wear this other times. It does lean on the sweet side. It's not overly sweet. It's not heavy, in my opinion, but it does have a sweetness to it. So I think it goes nicely in the cold weather, but it's not necessary to wear it then. Maybe it's also just that I bought this originally when it was cold and I fell in love with it then. And so just the memory that I have of this fragrance is wearing this fragrance in the cold, and I just want to keep that up. But this is making the cut for December for sure. So the next one that I have falls into that category of fragrances that I always like to have on my tray, even though I'm picking out some sort of heavy hitters that are appropriate for the cold months and some special occasion kinds of fragrances that I'll want to have going into the holidays. Some cozy fragrances for sure, for, sort of days at home. I also like to have always some everyday, any occasion, wear them for any reason or no reason at all, just kind of safe bets, things that I love to wear. I could wear them to work, I could wear them out, I could wear them around the house. You can wear any fragrance to any of these occasions or places. Of course, obviously, you wear what you want when you want. That's not even the point. But for me personally, I have some fragrances that I enjoy at certain times, or enjoy them less, or tend to use them less at other times. And then I have some that I don't need any occasion for. I pick it and it's great. So the next one falls into that category, and that's Darcy by Parfums de Marly. And yes, I know you could say these names better, fancier, and of course more eloquently than I'm doing now if you spoke French or any of the languages that these fragrances come in, and I don't. But I also will pronounce them the way that I remember them, and maybe will help you recognize them if you're looking for it too. So Parfums de Marly Darcy, this is a bit floral, a bit fresh, a bit fruity, which is like, none of that is very helpful. I think it's got like patchouli in this, and I think it's got a couple other sort of heavier notes. It's not sweet, and it's not subtle. It's not over the top either, but it's like, it's a good floral, slightly fruity, everyday, probably not super fresh or super youthful. I don't think it's like, I don't think it's an old lady fragrance or anything like that, whatever that means. I know I hear it's like fragrance is so mature, but I don't think that's this. I think that this is mature in all the right ways, and sophisticated and appropriate, and, you know, great for every day, and floral, slightly fruity, not too sweet. So the next one on my list, I think I'll just go through all of these, falls also into this sort of everyday, anytime, any place sort of scent for me. And that is Dolce & Gabbana The One Gold. So I also have The One, and it's in a clear bottle, and then this one is in gold. Both of them have a plum note, which I love. I love a plum note. I love a pear note. I love musk. I love a few things to just always get me. But anyway, there's a plum note in this, but there's also some pretty heavy hitting florals. And to me, this, and I smell the musk. So it's like a fruity, like plum fruity floral, but the musk like lifts it. It makes it like lighter. It doesn't feel heavy to me. This seems like something that when I spray it, there are several fragrances. I spray them, you know, and I always spray it somewhere on my arm, and just so I can just do this all day, and I find myself doing that with this all day. I love it. It does not need a special occasion, and it's just great. Highly recommend. It definitely makes the cut for December. The next few are also, I have several sort of can wear anytime, any place sort of fragrances that have made the cut this month for some reason. Anyway, Coco Mademoiselle Intense. So this one, there's a funny story with this one. Okay, so this one has some heavy hitting, it's Chanel, right? So it's a classic Chanel. So it's going to have some intense, it's going to have some intense notes in it. And I think it's got patchouli or something that's just like one of the heavy hitting notes that if there is a decent amount in there, you're not going to be able to miss it. And you're not going to be able to miss the perfume. But this also has something in it that's like orangey. It's got some kind of orange note in it. Now, that's nice. It's beautiful. It smells nice. But when I first got this fragrance, I had a really hard time with it. And I don't know if it's because it was new and I needed to spray it and like it needed to like get some air or something. I don't even know if that's a thing, but you know, sometimes they say a new fragrance needs to sort of settle in, needs to set a bit. And you just need to let it linger, and then it gets better. That happened with this one. I bought it, I sprayed it a couple times, and something orangey in it was just turning me off. I could not get past it. I didn't enjoy it. It was bothering me. And then I figured out what it was and why it was bothering me. And if you've had this experience, you can totally relate. So when you are pregnant, at a certain point in your pregnancy, they make you take a test for gestational diabetes or whether you're tending toward that or whatever the case is. So, and the test is that you come in fasting and you drink this really sweet, syrupy, thick orange liquid. It's kind of like if you were to drink an orange soda without the carbonation, like the syrup that they use with the club soda with the carbonated water to make orange soda, if you were to just drink the syrup. Like Pedialyte maybe, except heavier. I've never actually drank Pedialyte, but they look similar. They look similar in texture and sort of syrupiness. And you have to guzzle that thing within a short window of time, and then you have to sit in the doctor's office for a specific period of time, and then they test your blood sugar, and they give you the results on the spot, and you go from there. So I've had to do that when I was pregnant, and it has a distinct citrusy orange smell. And this reminded me of that. And I couldn't put my finger on it right away, but eventually I did. And I was like, oh, that's bad. That's why I don't like it. Whatever happened in it sitting and resting and sort of whatever happens to it, it got better. And I can still smell the oranginess, but it doesn't smell like the syrupy whatever. It smells like it's got an orangey scent, but with the florals and with the other things that blend together nicely. So now I enjoy it, but at first I had a hard time with this one. I had to grow to like this one. Now I do. Now I look forward to wearing it this month. This is going to make the cut, has made the cut, and I will be pulling this out in December. The next one is Rouge Malachite or Rouge Malachite, Giorgio Armani or Armani Privé. So this is their special line. This, if I'm not mistaken, first of all, focus on the bottle. There we go. This is a tuberose balm. I think it's like tuberose in, I did write down a couple of notes and I'm trying to see if I'm wrong. This is tuberose all day long. Tuberose, tuberose, tuberose. I think it's like tuberose in the top, mid, and base, I think. If you like tuberose, you'll like this. I think it's blended beautifully. I think it's very tuberose, floral, heavy, right? So like if that sounds like it will give you a headache, this might not be for you. Super popular. I actually had to hunt this down because when I became interested in it, it was during that time where everybody said it's going to be discontinued. You won't be able to find it anywhere. Get it now. So I did find a bottle. I did find a bottle on sale. Not like huge discount, but at a regular store that was having a sale. I picked it up. I'm glad I did. I do like it. I don't know if I love it as much as, or I don't wear it as much as all the hype that inspired me to get it. So many people were in love with it. And I do think it is nice, but I don't like, when I'm thinking about what I'm going to wear for the day, this is not usually the first thing I think of. But very frequently when I have this on the tray and I'm going to a work meeting or I'm doing something where I want to smell good, I don't want to smell inappropriate, I don't want to smell like sweet, I'm not going for a sexy look, although this, you could pull this off in a sexy look for sure, but I'm going for like, you smell great, but I could also, you know, be professional. This will do it. And many other occasions, many other occasions. But that's when I tend to think of this one as like, you know, I'm putting my boss pants on and this gets me there. I have YSL Libre. I know that's not how it's properly pronounced, but there we go. YSL Libre, and this is the newest one. I thought it was Libre Platinum. It's not. It's Platine. Or I don't know how you say it. It's spelled like it would be said platine in English. I bought this. I have all the other Libres. I love them for different reasons, different occasions. This one I got. I was not planning on getting it. I picked it up because I smelled it, not because I had to have the next Libre edition. I got it because I smelled it, and somehow it takes the lavender vanilla sort of combination, because both of those are in here, I think, and it makes it like fresher. Somehow it takes it from like the deep intense, heavy hitter, and it like lifts it. It lightens it. It makes it not as heavy. It's the freshest of all of them in the line. I like it. I wouldn't say this is a wintry fragrance necessarily, but it's new. I want to be able to wear it and try it, so it's going to have a spot on the tray this month. So an honorable mention in the day-to-day category is Raja Parfums. 51. So this is that special line where they're all in like the purpley ombre bottles. Beautiful packaging and collection. And I have 51. And this, to me, is a day-to-day scent for sure. You could wear it anytime, any place. It does not need a special occasion, but I would tend to wear this on a special occasion. As I say that, I did wear it to work today. This is what I wore to work, and I enjoyed it so much that after work, I came home and I freshened. I don't usually do that. I freshened up and I put some more on, and it was great. I loved it. I did not feel like I was too loud or inappropriate in the workplace, and it smelled good all day. It was, it had faded a bit by the time I got home, of course, but I could still smell it. I still knew it was there, and enough that it reminded me to top it off. So I did. This I would wear a little bit more on a special occasion. You definitely can wear this any day. I'm not saying this is a special occasion fragrance. I think this is like anytime fragrance. But for me, for some reason, it's like a floral fragrance that has something extra special to it. It's got a tad of sweetness, and it makes it just tips it over the edge from like day-to-day any reason to kind of day-to-day special occasion. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but it makes sense to me. So 51. The one that everybody and their grandmother is aware of and may even have, and that's Kayali Vanilla 28. So this is vanilla loveliness. It is just basically vanilla. It's vanilla and some other things, but what you get is a sweet but not too sweet vanilla. If you like vanilla, you'll like this in all likelihood. Now, I don't usually layer fragrances. I tend to like the fragrance as they are, and every now and then I'll take a fragrance and I'll put it with something else because I can sort of tell that they would just work together, and I want to see where that goes. But that's rare. I don't do that most days, except with some of the Kayali ones and a few others, but this is one. Sometimes I have something and I just want to like boost the sweetness or boost the vanilla or boost the coziness about the fragrance, and this will do it. This will take a scent that will go well with vanilla, which is most scents, frankly, but will go well with vanilla, and it will just top it off. It'll be like sprinkles on top, right? It's not necessary for, some fragrances are just nice as they are, but you put a little sprinkle on top and it's just even better, right? So I will have this mostly as a topper, and then if I happen to be sitting around the house and I want something light and easy and not like over the top, but I just want to smell something that smells good to me and cozy, I could reach for this all by itself. This next one is MFK, or Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and again, teach me how to pronounce these things, right? But this is, you get the point. And it's Gentle Fluidity Gold. And this is a vanilla masterpiece. It's like, now I'll also say, as expensive as MFK fragrances are, this one I also layer. I do wear it by itself. But honestly, for me, totally by itself, it leans just a touch masculine. And I don't even know if that's like true for most people, but for me, It's just a smidge too deep, too masculine by itself. Again, I do wear it by itself. I do like it. I do enjoy it. But I also love to layer this one. And again, it seems like, why? Why would you take a vanilla masterpiece and then put it on top of something else or put it with something else? It's got a warmth. It's got a vanilla sweetness. Not too sweet. Gosh, not too sweet at all. It's just, it's almost, I don't know. I do not know if there's any musk in this. But I'm getting I'm getting some of the like freshness, some of them like something that like a musk would give me. But anyway, if Cali Vanilla 28 is like sprinkles on top, this is like caviar on top, okay? It's like you could take anything that would go well with a warm vanilla and you could make it fabulous. You can make it luxurious. You could just take it where it needs to go. So I would definitely spray this all over with something that I would want to just take to the next level. Again, definitely would wear this by itself, and definitely do wear it by itself. But more often these days, I will top off something else with this, and it is absolutely worth it just for that purpose. Okay, this next one is Tiffany Rose Gold. I believe it's called Rose Gold. I think that's actually the name of it. Okay, it's a Tiffany fragrance, and it's their newest. I think they might even have like an intense version of this. I don't know. Anyway, so here's the story with this fragrance. This has another like love-hate original relationship, and now it's love. All right, so the first designer expensive fragrance that I ever had was Tiffany. The original, it's same bottle, but it was clear with the Tiffany blue collar, shaped like a diamond-ish, and beautiful. And my husband, who I don't think was my husband at the time, though I can't remember exactly when it was, bought it for me. And I was not a fragrance collector at all. At the time, I had fragrances, but they were mostly hand-me-downs from a sister of mine who also collects fragrances. I have another sister who hates perfume. But one of my sisters likes to collect fragrances, and she would occasionally give me one of the ones she was no longer interested in, and I wasn't particularly picky about it. I didn't know much about fragrance at all. So if I liked the smell, I wore it, and that was it. Basically, I only had a handful, and they were mostly hand-me-downs from my sister. And then I decided I wanted something really nice, really pretty, and I wanted a beautiful bottle to sit on my vanity and just kind of have that luxurious moment in the morning. And so I put the Tiffany perfume on my wish list. My husband got it for me. It was lovely. I still have it now. Since then, because of the sentiment of that Tiffany moment, I've bought all the other Tiffany fragrances. This one I saw for the first time in Beijing. We were in Beijing, in a Tiffany store in Beijing, and we were just shopping around. Incidentally, my husband bought me a Tiffany gold band from that same store as an 10-year anniversary gift. And so we were there just looking around. He didn't buy it that day, but we were in that same store looking around at things, and I saw this, and I thought, I should buy that. I should add that to the collection. So I smelled it. It smelled good. It smelled fine, but I wanted an excuse to buy it, so I bought it. And then I started wearing it. And every time I sprayed this, something got up in my nose and I could not get rid of it. It was like something about the way that, I'm not going to spray it because it will happen now. Something about the way that it comes out of the bottle, like the mist, and something about those opening notes. I don't know if it's the black currant or if it's just the alcohol. I don't know what it is, but something in those opening notes goes straight into my nostrils and doesn't leave. And so for the rest of the day, all I can smell is that initial burst, and it's not nice. It smells chemically perfumey, not good. And I don't mean perfumey like, oh, it smells like a nice perfume. No, I just like, if you think of like a perfume, like you walk into a room, you're like, it smells like perfume in here. But it's not like it smells nice, and it's not like it's distinct, and it's not like, oh, it smells like flowers. It smells like vanilla. It just like, it smells like perfume in here, right? Alcohol-y, chemically scented something, like a fancy air freshener. That's what I would smell when I sprayed this. And it bugged me because I wanted to love this and I wanted to wear it. It's sentimental. It was great. It was the first fragrance that I bought in Beijing. I brought a few more before we left. And I was disappointed. And then, so I put it away because it's just like, I couldn't make it work. I was oh, it'll just be a beautiful bottle that I'll look at. Well, I put it away, and then at some point, I picked up a sweater or jacket that I'd worn when I was wearing this, and it smelled so good. It was like, it was good. It had a warmth, it had a freshness, it had a bit of floral, I don't even know what the notes were. Maybe a musk. And now I'm congested, that's great. Maybe a musk. There was something light about it. It just came together so nicely. It dried down so great. And I thought, that's what I have to do. So I have to spray the thing on what I'm going to wear, get out of the way so it doesn't get up in my nose, let it dry down, and then come back, and then I can enjoy it. So that's the way, at least so far, I enjoy this fragrance. I will try it again and see if maybe this one also needed to settle down a bit before I used it and really enjoyed it, but I can enjoy it that way. I do plan on enjoying it that way, at least by spraying it on my clothes and coming back to it. And I look forward to it in December. Speaking of Chanel, well, sort of speaking of Chanel. At one point we were speaking of Chanel. We have Coco Noir, which is beautiful. It is a beautiful classic scent, classic Chanel. For me, this is a special occasion fragrance. It does not have to be. This could easily be any day, anytime. It's a bold fragrance. It's a classic Chanel, so it's got that punch, but it's not too much. I don't think it's too much at all. And you could easily wear this every day. I wear it special occasion because that's just what I think of with this. I don't know what the notes are that make it come together the way that it did. I mean, I do know, I can look up the notes, but there's a lot of notes listed for this. And it's really just the way it comes together. It's got some florally touches to it, but it's got a bunch of other stuff. And it's got a warmth when it dries down. This isn't very helpful information, I don't think, but I like it. I would recommend it, but I would try it first. If you like classic fragrances, classic Chanel, and I don't like all classic fragrances or all Chanel. Okay, so I'm not saying buy it because it's Chanel. I'm not saying buy it at all. I'm not saying try it even because it's Chanel. But if you like classic fragrances, you might be able to get into this one and check it out. Cherry Garden, House of Sillage, classic cupcake. Okay, love the cupcakes. They're beautiful. A little over the top, pretty. Has inscription there, Cherry Garden. Now this, I don't think there's a cherry note in here. There's a cherry blossom, but there's not cherry listed. There's almond, I think. This to me smells like what I would want a cherry fragrance to smell like. To me, it has a cherry smell, and it's got a warmth, and it's got a sweetness, but it doesn't smell like Dr. Pepper. It's not bitter. It's not weird. It's like an elevated cherry fragrance. It is what I would want. I don't love most cherry fragrances. I know that that's a whole hype, a whole vibe. I never got into it really, but this one I can really appreciate. This one I enjoy, and so I'll be wearing this month. Okay, Killian, Rolling in Love. So this one is beautiful, but not what I expected. Looking at this, I mean, I don't know what I originally expected, but I think I expected this to be heavier and sweeter. This is kind of a light, musky, slight sweetness to me. That's what I get with this. I get musk for sure. I get some sweetness. I get maybe some floral. And it's pretty. It's really pretty. Rolling in Love by Killian. It's not a particularly winter scent, but that's when I tend to wear it. And if I want to pump it up, I can add something that's a little warmer, a little deeper, like MFK or vanilla, or maybe something else even. But I like it. It's pretty. It's like you could even wear this to bed. It's not going to be over the top offensive or like bother you while you're sleeping. But Rolling in Love. On the other end of the heaviness spectrum, we have Oud Bouquet by Lancome. So this is serious. This is an oudy fragrance, of course. I think it's got a praline note in there. It's sweet and it's heavy. This is, I mean, most of my perfumes have a lot in them because I have so many now that I don't get through them super fast. But most I've used more than this. This does not take much. I usually keep this around in the winter and I can spray it on a sweater or a scarf or something. I just smell it. It smells warm. It smells cozy. It's delicious. Or I have in the past sprayed just a taste, just a touch, like on my bedding. And it just will just feel like you're, the coziest nighttime. So I like it. It's going to take me forever to get through this because a little goes a long way. And if you like oud and you like florals and you like a heavy mix, you'll like this one. So M. Micallef Glamour. This is beautiful. It's got jasmine, and a lot of people say it smells like the original Alien, but elevated. The original Alien. I don't own Alien, the original Alien, and I've never smelled Alien before. Allegedly, it was reformulated, and all of the diehard fans think that it's not as good anymore. I don't know what that OG smells like, but I've heard that this was like everything good about it, but more sophisticated, more elevated, better. I don't know if that's true. I can't compare it, but I like it. It's got jasmine. You have to like jasmine, but it's also got like a plum note in it. And again, I love a plum note. And it does smell, it smells like it's got depth for sure. Like this is not a simple perfume to me. This is good, and it's got some stuff going on, and this to me is a special occasion fragrance. Again, you could wear any of them anytime, but for me, this comes out special occasion and when I want to be seen, not seen, when I want a scent bubble, right? I don't usually wear fragrance so much that my fragrance enters the room before I do. I don't really care if I leave a trail. I just want to smell it and kind of close to me. Those close to me, maybe. This one, people are going to notice. That's okay. And you don't need that much. Now, of course, you can make almost any of these. Do that if you want. Just spray more. But this one's going to stand out in a good way. We've got two more left, I think. This one is Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. If you've been watching fragrance videos on YouTube, you've seen this one, this little beauty. This has a pear note. It's got vanilla. It's delicious. It smells great. and it's easy, and you can layer it if that's your thing. It's not too complicated. It's not over the top. It's not too sweet. It's kind of just right in a lot of ways, and I like it. I love the pear. I love the warmth of it, and I'll be wearing this probably on days where I'm just being casual and, you know, working from home or whatever, and I just want to smell something cozy and warm. Finally, these haven't been in any particular order, but it happens that I will end on one of my all-time favorite perfumes, and that's Narciso Rodriguez Rouge. Narciso Rodriguez Rouge. Now, I don't know all what's in here, except musk. It's got that classic Narciso Rodriguez musk that is clean. It is light, but this one's got sweetness to it. So it's like a sweet musk, and it is divine. It smells delicious. It's definitely one of the ones where I put it on my arm and I'm all day. I just want to smell myself because it's delicious. I love it. It lasts. I never get sick of it. I never get bored with it. I never wish it was like more or something else. I don't need to layer it. It's accessible. It's affordable. You can find it anywhere. You can get it in a huge, big block of it. You can get it in a smaller one. This is a winner. Narciso Rodriguez Rouge. Smell it if you haven't. Grab it if you like it. Highly recommend. I'm gonna quick swap out my tray. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, I have some exciting news. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. So what I'm going to do is, for every 100 subscribers between 0 and 1,000, I'm going to have a giveaway. So there'll be 10 giveaways, and I will do it as fast as we can get to 1,000, and you can enter as many times as you want. So here's how it works. Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment to the video, and share the video with anyone you like. And if you do that, you automatically are entered to win the giveaway. And every time I reach 100 subscribers or 100 more subscribers, each new milestone on the way to 1,000, I will do another giveaway, and then I'll announce that the next one's beginning. So we are starting now. As soon as we get to the first 100, I'll do the first giveaway. And what am I giving away? Well, I'm giving away whole, unused, in the package, sealed bottles of fragrance. So you have a perfume bottle just for you, sent from yours truly. So please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, share a video, and enter to win.